Welcome back, everybody. Today we are installing this new BCM quad rail on my Aero Precision upper. Now I stripped the barrel down to just the raw barrel because I think a lot of people who are going to be doing the installation for these will just be doing it with a build. So if that's the case, that's sort of how you would find your upper receiver in your barrel once it's in the upper receiver there. I should note that the installation process that I'm going to be talking about is literally the exact same for the MCMR and then also the key mod rail. So basically the first thing we're going to do once we get our barrel, like I said, in the upper receiver, I might want to actually tighten that down. That's probably a good idea. I should just mention that the only reason I'm actually doing this video is because you guys beat me up so bad on social media about not doing an install video for the M-Lock version of this rail. So basically what I'm doing right now is putting a little bit of grease. This is the Aero Shell anti-seize. Definitely put that on there, and then at this point we're going to install the barrel nut. Now we're going to slide the barrel nut over the barrel, make sure the threads are facing the upper receiver, and just hand tighten it down at this point. Now we're just going to tighten this down to 40 to 50 foot-pounds, and you want to have a Torx wrench for this, of course, and BCM does supply the little wrench here for it. So you get the teeth lined up like we have there, and then again we're going to go 40 to 50 pounds. And then at that point, not using your torque wrench, we're just going to break it and then re-torque. 3 to 4 times should be fine. Some people say 2, some people say 6, whatever. But what you want to do is take it off and put it back on, so that way you season the threads there on your upper receiver. At this point, if you have a low profile gas block and the gas tube there, you're going to reinstall that. I should note that I used a file to clean up these burrs here on the barrel nut, and that's because the KMR is a very tight fit. So we're using an A2 setup, so it's a little bit tricky, but we're still going to walk you guys through it. Again, if you have the low profile gas block, you're going to throw it on now with the gas tube. At this point, we're going to put this little tab here on the upper receiver. Again, if you had the low profile gas block, the gas tube and everything would already be on there. But again, we're going to walk you through the workaround here with the A2 style. So we have that little sucker in there, as you guys can see. I'm just going to kind of snug it up here real quick. Now we're going to, again, add the tube, assuming you have the low profile gas block. With the FSB, it's a little bit more clunky, but still quite doable. So what we're going to do here, we are going to put the rail on over the barrel, like so. And at this point with the FSB, we sort of have to work that in there as well. So it's kind of 2-in-1 with this little guy. That old school front sight block technology, still getting it done. But yeah, so at this point, I should note that, again, very, very snug fit here between the rail and the nut. Again, that is intentional. Some of you guys are going to get really frustrated at this point, so there's some things you can do to fix it. You can either use a hair dryer, torch, that's probably a little bit extreme, or a heat gun to warm it up, and that will help slide this on there. So we're just going to kind of work it down until we get it snug. I didn't want to bore you to death, so I just kept heating up the handguard and the nut and pushing it back and pushing it back and wiggling it back. And we got it into place. Now, of note, don't put any sort of grease or anything on the barrel nut. That's definitely something that BCM recommends against. And now we're going to install these little guys here. So basically what we have is we have 2 different types of screws. One with this little locking head here, and then a standard one. So what we want to do here first is we're going to locate this with the big hole in it, and then this little nut here with the big hole in it. You guys can see there that they definitely correspond to where you want them to be. So we're going to align these here on each side of the rail in the same manner. You guys can see there's that little cutout there, and what that will do is engage basically these little nuts that we have here. Now BCM supplies some blue Loctite. We're going to use the 242, which is what I pretty much use for just about every handguard install that we do here. Just put a little bit on there. Important note there, degrease these screws before you install them. And we're going to push that one through. And I should also note that when you're installing the barrel nut, you want to make sure that the both of these screws, you can see clearly through the gap in the barrel nut. That way you'll know that your handguard is aligned, or at least seated properly. I'm not sure if it'll tell you if it's aligned, but it'll tell you it's seated properly. We're a little bit off on this side, that's all right. All right, we got it back on. Now we're just going to snug this down here real quick and get on to the next one. One thing to point out, when you snug this one up, it says you tighten it down to 30 to 40 inch-pounds of pressure. However, you want to make sure that this little tooth area here is open for the cross bolt to come across. So I'm going to sort of snug it down here. And if you have to be a little bit looser in order to get that to engage, that's probably the right answer. But again, 30 to 40 inch-pounds is not a ton. So we're just going to snug it up there real quick. And you can see that's probably about 30 to 40 inch-pounds. And I'm just going to actually back it off a hair. And you guys will see why here in just a second. I'm sure you guys guessed that the reason why you wanted to have it backed off is because we're going to put the other cross bolt through there. So again, it's been degreased and we're going to put a little bit of Loctite on there. And for you guys who don't have gigantic stashes of Loctite just sitting around like I do, again, BCM supplies this Loctite here for you guys, and that's what you're going to use there for it. So now all we're going to do is screw it in, and obviously you guys can see we got some aeroshell grease in there. That's okay. We're going to clean that up post install, but that's just the grease from the barrel nut. And again, we're just going to snug this one down here as it all lines up into place. I flipped the handguard around so you guys could see just how it sort of interfaces there. And once you're at this point and everything's snugged down, Loctited, all that jazz, you're good to go. Your rail's installed, so you're ready to hit the range. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick video here on the channel. Should be links below for all the different tools we used if you guys are looking to pick them up. But it's a pretty simple install as far as with having this high quality system here on the upper. It's very easy to install, as you guys saw there. So if you guys are intimidated or felt intimidated, don't. Go ahead and pick the rail up, whether again it's the quad rail here or the MCMR, and throw it on there. It's pretty simple to do. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing to the B channel here and on Facebook for following me over there. And we'll see you guys in the next video.